This is a car accident that angered the entire internet. Before our eyes is a scene of a 2-year-old boy parting with his parents forever. At this moment, the innocent boy seems to know that this departure will be forever. He was crying his heart out. However, the cause of this situation was entirely due to the truck driver's sudden turn. But after the fact, the truck driver showed no remorse. He even shamelessly tried to blame the deceased. Was it the driver's momentary negligence? Or was it intentional? A family of 3 tragically crushed. What exactly happened? On the morning of June 7, 2018, at the intersection of Guizhou Avenue and Huaqiao Avenue, Libin City, a heartbreaking traffic accident occurred. The cries of a 2-year-old boy immediately shattered the morning's tranquility. Not far away, an electric scooter was crushed into pieces, and a man and a woman lying unconscious on the ground. Also, a large truck with its hazard lights flashing not far away. All seemed to be recounting the tragic accident that had just happened. The police officers on duty guessed they were the boy's parents. Faced with the boy's heartbreaking cries, they were obviously unable to respond. But the boy was still not giving up. He raised his hands, crying and asking his parents for a hug. But he didn't get any response. The police officer on duty embraced the boy and comforted him softly, and quickly checked the boy's body. At the same time, they called 110 and 120 to request support. Honestly, my heart was broken at that moment. I'll protect her. Protect her. Holding her like this, protecting her. I showed her, right? But he'd always brace against my hand so specifically, right? Although his strength wasn't great. But he just braced with all his might. And then the paramedics, who arrived slowly but quickly, were also powerless. Ultimately, they cruelly announced the death of the 2. The boy seemed to have a 6th sense. He knew this would be goodbye. For this reason, he clutched his mother's clothes tightly, unwilling to let go. This scene brought tears to everyone present. However, in order not to leave her with childhood trauma, the medical staff took her back to the hospital for further examination. At the same time, the police were also investigating the cause of the accident. After retrieving the surveillance footage of the accident scene, the entire process of the accident was quickly restored. The monitor shows the truck and the electric bike were initially going in the same direction. When approaching an intersection, the truck suddenly made a right turn. This caught the electric bike off guard. Even though it had made every effort to avoid the collision, the electric bike was still mercilessly run over by the truck, due to the truck's high speed. After analysis, the truck's turning speed at the time was as high as 35 kilometers per hour. According to relevant regulations, the speed when turning should be within 10 kilometers per hour. Obviously, the truck is suspected of speeding. Through blood tests on the truck driver, the possibility of drunk driving has been ruled out. So why did the truck suddenly turn right? And why didn't the driver see the family of 3 on the electric bike? According to information, the truck driver's name is Wang. That day, he was hauling goods from Guizhou City. Unexpectedly, Chengsha got separated from the convoy. Even more tragically, he also went the wrong way. At this moment, he was very anxious. At the intersection, after he saw a landmark, he knew he should turn right. So, he steeled his heart and quickly turned the steering wheel to the right. The electric bike on the right, he didn't see at all. After hearing a loud bang and experiencing a strong jolt, he realized he had caused a disaster. The front right wheel of the truck mercilessly ran over the family of 3. So why didn't Wang choose to simply turn around, but risked violating the rules by turning right? It turned out that if he continued, he would soon enter the urban area. According to the warning sign, trucks are prohibited from driving in the urban area, and the possibility of being judged as a violation for a temporary right turn was very small. After much deliberation, he still suddenly turned right. This rash decision of his cost the couple their lives, causing such a serious accident. Not only did Wang not feel remorse, but instead kept finding excuses to evade responsibility. He also shamelessly claimed the couple didn't look and so on. This made the police officers furious. He didn't realize his problem at all, precisely because he didn't follow the guide lane. In the straight lane, illegal right turn was the fundamental cause of the accident. The traffic police department soon issued an accident liability determination. Wang was solely responsible for the accident due to the illegal right turn. The electric bike driver was not responsible. In addition, Wang would also face the crime of causing a traffic accident. He will face 5 years in prison. A wrong decision led to 2 families being torn apart. The young child lost both parents. I really hope such tragedies will not happen again. I remind everyone again, whether driving or a 60-year-old woman weaving precariously through traffic. In the next second, she recklessly dashed into the middle of the road. The truck emergency braked to avoid her. However, a terrifying scene unfolded. Several dozen tons of steel, under the force of immense inertia, went straight through the truck's cab. Afterwards, the old woman quickly fled the scene. She ran away quickly. So, what happened to the people in the truck? And will the culprit be brought to justice? After receiving the report, Liaoning police immediately rushed to the scene. What came into view was the truck's front end, which had been penetrated by the other vehicle's front end. The woman in the passenger seat was also thrown out of the car. The driver was trapped by the twisted front of the car, unable to move. In order to rescue the driver as quickly as possible, the fire department dismantled the cab. At the same time, the police conducted an investigation of the accident scene. Amidst the chaotic scene, a piece of the electric bike stood out. However, the electric bike itself was not at the accident scene. So, what is the connection between the electric bike and the accident? At this moment, a witness provided important clues to the police. The reason the truck had such a tragic accident was entirely to avoid an electric bike. However, after the accident, the electric bike driver fled without looking back. Meanwhile, the vehicles behind provided the footage from their dashcams to the police. The footage shows an electric bike in the opposite lane suddenly darted out in front of the truck. In order to avoid an accident, the truck driver braked suddenly. However, he didn't expect the trailer to have such a great impact. After the electric bike was sideswiped, the driver realized he had caused an accident. Immediately, they picked up the electric bike and fled. At this moment, the firefighters rescued the truck driver. However, unfortunately, he still died from excessive blood loss. The medical staff pronounced him dead at the scene. Solving the case is imminent. It is imperative to find the perpetrator as quickly as possible. The police, through their on-site investigation, found a gas station not far from the accident site. The whole process of the accident can be seen more clearly from the front. After the accident, the driver didn't report it, nor did he help the injured. Instead, he chose to flee the scene immediately. The nature of the incident is very bad. The police immediately set up a special task force to find the perpetrator. After repeatedly checking the surrounding surveillance cameras, they finally found the electric bike. The perpetrator, Aunt Guo. It turned out that Aunt Guo was going to the farmer's market to buy groceries that day. While passing through the accident section, she found several large trucks congested there. In order to save time, she started to weave through the trucks. moving between numerous large trucks. She never expected it would cause such a major car accident. According to Aunt Gua, at the time, she did not know the situation of the truck driver. But given such a serious situation, the compensation should be significant. So she quickly rode away from the scene. The truck driver's wife has regained consciousness after resuscitation, after learning that her husband unfortunately passed away. She was extremely sad. She must bear full responsibility for this accident. At the same time, he is suspected of the crime of causing a traffic accident and has been approved for arrest by the procuratorate. A reckless act has led to imprisonment, making innocent people pay the price. How heavy are these lessons learned in blood? I once again urge everyone to abide by the traffic rules. Altogether,